Hello friends, today is 24th March and on this day we observe World Tuberculosis Day. We don't celebrate World Tuberculosis Day because TB is a killer disease and we cannot celebrate a disease. So on this 24th March, we observe the World Tuberculosis Day. I am Dr. Mohammed Shafee. I am working as professor in the Department of Community Medicine. This is my YouTube channel, Professor Dr. Shafee. Please subscribe, like, and share. Now, coming to the World Tuberculosis Day today, it falls on 24th March and it is designed to build public awareness regarding tuberculosis, that it is a killer disease. We need to prevent and treat tuberculosis, and in many of the developing countries, it is acting as an epidemic. TB is epidemic in many countries. It leads to the deaths of nearly 1.5 million people each year, mostly in developing countries. So it is a infectious disease, so it is more common in developing countries like in India and some African countries. It commemorates the day in 1882 when Dr. Robert Koch astounded the scientific community by announcing that he had discovered the cause of tuberculosis, the TB bacillus. So in spite of discovery in 1882, more than 150 years back, still today, tuberculosis is epidemic. It is curable, it is preventable, but still tuberculosis is in the form of epidemic in many of the developing countries, where it is eradicated or eliminated from all developed countries. But because of this HIV infection in many of the developed countries, tuberculosis is also coming back. So on this day, after the announcement in Berlin by Dr. Robert Koch, TB was raging through Europe and the Americas. It was very common and very killer disease as there was no treatment at that time, causing the death of 1 out of every 7 people. So Koch's discovery opened the way towards diagnosing and curing tuberculosis. So tuberculosis is a killer disease. Treat and prevent tuberculosis. So on this day, the World Stop TB organization has given the theme, Invest to End Tuberculosis, Save Lives. So this is the theme for World Tuberculosis Day 2022. So every year on 24th March, the Stop TB Partnership and its partners unite to raise public awareness. So every health day is for creating awareness and putting the stress and importance of that particular disease on that particular health day. So today is World Tuberculosis Day. So we need to stress upon tuberculosis and raise the public awareness about the devastating health effect of tuberculosis, social and economic impacts of tuberculosis, and call for an end to this epidemic. So we need to end this epidemic, and tuberculosis does not remain public health problem. The Stop TB Partnership and all partners are calling on all those involved in the fight against tuberculosis to unite under this overarching theme and sound the alarm that the low levels of funding for tuberculosis response year after year cannot continue nor be accepted any more. So this theme is raised, Invest to End Tuberculosis, Save Lives, because whatever funding was promised by the health leaders, it is not fulfilled. So there is a shortage of funding for the prevention and control of tuberculosis in the world. So this time, Stop TB Partnership, they have given theme on Invest to End, Save Lives, so that there are more investments, we can save more number of lives. We need to invest now if we want to end TB by 2030 and save the life. So on this occasion, I request all of you, please invest yourself in prevention and control of tuberculosis so that we can end TB by 2030 and we can save the lives by tuberculosis. Every minute, 3 people die from tuberculosis, but with urgent and increased funding, we can put an end to this preventable and treatable disease. This disease is an infectious disease. It is treatable. We have very good quality anti-tuberculosis drugs, and also we can prevent the tuberculosis. In spite of all these measures, still tuberculosis is in the epidemic form in many developing countries. So on this World TB Day, we call on leaders to increase the investments to end the tuberculosis. Every 10 seconds, 3 people fall sick with tuberculosis. So this is unacceptable. And with increased funding, we can put an end to this deadly disease. So on this World Tuberculosis Day, I call on all of you to join the fight to end tuberculosis. So invest in tuberculosis to end the tuberculosis. So if you're looking for an impressive return on your investment and save the world, you need to invest to end the tuberculosis. Every day, more than 4,100 people die from tuberculosis. It is an airborne and preventable and treatable disease. In spite of that, 4,000 people are dying every day. We cannot stand on these sidelines while people fall ill and die. So on this World Tuberculosis Day, we call on everyone to invest love, support, care, resources, funding to end tuberculosis and save lives. So these are all the investments we can do to end tuberculosis in the form of love, support, care, resources, and funding. So again, you need to invest and save the lives. Now, this is the reason for this theme of this World Tuberculosis Day. Of the US 15 billion annual funding for tuberculosis promised by world leaders in 2018, less than half is available. So there is a 50% shortage of the investments and funding to end tuberculosis and save the lives. So every year, 4 million people with tuberculosis are missed by health systems. So what does it mean? Means the cases are missed or diagnosis not done and the proper treatment is not given. And each of them can infect up to 15 others. So one case will spread the disease to 15 people in his lifetime. To stop this snowballing effect, on this World Tuberculosis Day, we call on leaders to fulfill their promises and increase resources for the national tuberculosis responses. So invest in tuberculosis to end tuberculosis. So it is the 4 million people which are missed. So there should not be any case missed in the community. We should identify, diagnose, and treat completely all tuberculosis cases. Over half of the children and adolescents with tuberculosis face barriers in accusing tuberculosis care due to difficulties in diagnosis and treatment. So to avoid this also, we need to invest to end tuberculosis. So this is the theme for this World Tuberculosis Day: invest to end TB, save lives. So it's the time to end tuberculosis. So I request all of you to take the active part to end tuberculosis. On this World Tuberculosis Day, I request all of you to take active part to end tuberculosis, prevent tuberculosis, treat tuberculosis, and save the lives. Thank you very much for watching this video. And I request all of you, please share and like this video. Thank you very much.